Alright, got all the stuff ready for this time for those dastardly criminals. Got my paint can, I got my sledgehammer, and I've got a can of DAP, whatever the hell this is, but it's highly toxic. What the hell? Hello, this is Chris.
Chris, where are you?
What do you mean, where am I? I'm at my uncle's house, planning for those dastardly criminals.
What?
Dude, I'm at your apartment. You left the door open again.
Oh, shit. Can you close it?
I don't think that's gonna matter, dude. All your stuff's gone.
Oh, okay. Can you excuse me for a second? Welcome back to the Out of Touch podcast. I'm Chris, that's Bill, and today we're watching Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, directed by Chris Columbus from 1992. So, Bill, what did you think of Home Alone 2, Lost in New York?
It's easily the second best Home Alone movie by a wide margin.
Yeah, I guess I would agree, but to be fair, I don't know if I've seen any of the other Home Alone movies past 3, maybe.
Why would you want to?
I don't know. I don't know why they made them. We're on like Home Alone 7, right?
I want to say, if they make another one, it would be Home Alone 7.
Wow. Yeah, I know like one of the Home Alone movies that has like a smart house.
That's the one with the fake Kevin McAllister.
Okay.
And then there's just another one that was like I don't know, just a TV movie that they made randomly, Fox, when they still owned it. And then Disney was like, well, we own it now. We should make one for Disney Plus. And everybody didn't love it.
Yeah. Well, Home Alone 2, the sequel to the original Home Alone, which in some ways feels kind of like a retread, but then in other ways it's like completely different. But it has a lot of the same like beats of like
A lot. Like most of them.
yeah, I was gonna say like the scary person, like instead of the old man, it's the pigeon lady.
Way less developed than the old man.
Yeah, I don't know, a lot of the same beats, but I don't know. How do you go about talking about Home Alone 2?
Well, quick basic summary of the plot. Remember Home Alone? It happened again in New York City this time.
Yeah,
Because, Kevin and his family, it's Christmas. They're about to travel. We're back at the McAllister house.
why do they keep going places on Christmas?
I don't know.
Like, who wants to do that? Like, I get it, like, going to, like, a relative's house, but, like, they're like, yeah, we're going to Florida, and then we're going to Paris before. Maybe it's just because we're from, like, the Northeast, but it's just like, who the heck wants hot Christmas?
Then again, I guess they're from Chicago, so they're just like, can we just not be frozen?
That's true. I guess that's, like, bitterly cold Christmas.
So I can understand them wanting to fly south or just be anywhere else.
Yeah.
Except for Kevin, who's just like, I just want a normal Christmas.
We're upper middle class. You don't get a normal Christmas.
Yeah. Your dad's paying for a trip to Florida that was apparently booked by your cheap uncle.
Nice. Which, God, he is a cheap uncle. And, man, every time I see Home Alone 2, it's just like, God, like, the McAllisters, like, suck even more. Like, in this one than they do in the first ones. It's like, they're just, like, completely not on Kevin's side when it comes to anything. Like, the whole audience laughs at him during that Christmas pageant, which I don't know how old his brother is, but he looks way too old to be in that, like, elementary school chorus.
Hypothetically speaking, it could be one of those schools that's grade 1 through 8.
I guess, yeah.
Or it's not a school thing. Maybe it's a church thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Just looks weird.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's like 10 feet taller than everybody.
And it's kind of weird that, like, the audience immediately just, like, gets on board with, like, him, like, ruining Kevin's solo.
And, the whole musical number in general.
Yeah.
Because they're even laughing over the next kid who starts singing too.
Yeah. And then Kevin gets in trouble as usual.
Because he knocks down Buzz, which has a domino effect, which knocks all the kids down, and some poor old lady falls and probably breaks her hip or something.
That's true.
But again, I feel like as a parent, you'd be mad at Kevin, but you'd lay down all the punishment on Buzz because he's the catalyst of the whole thing. Be like, Kevin, you shouldn't have hit him. Buzz, you're fucking grounded.
It's like, but maybe the parents are just like, listen, we're really sorry we named you Buzz. It's like such a bad name.
I mean, it might just be a nickname.
Maybe.
I mean, it usually is.
I guess. Or they're like, you better be an astronaut. If you're not a fucking astronaut, then get out of this family. I want to see you on Mars. So, whole scenario plays out as usual, except this time, Kevin does, like, go with the family, at least to the airport. Then he gets separated because he needs batteries for the fang-dangled new thing of this movie, the Talk Boy.
Which, to this day, shocks me, was not just a cheap product placement because the toy didn't actually exist. The toy only exists because the movie was popular and people were like, we want that. So they made it for real. I have one somewhere. Can't find it.
I had one as a
It'd
kid.
be right here if I could find it, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I had one as a child too. I remember playing with it like a few times and then just like immediately getting bored with it though.
They had a whole bunch of variants. There was like a Talk Boy pen at one point. They
That's
made it.
right.
They made a pink one for girls called Talk Girl.
I had the pen, and then I had the regular one. But I think I played with the pen more.
Never
like,
had the pen.
I tried to like do like stuff at school, like in the commercial, like make the fart noises and stuff, but it didn't work out. It wasn't loud enough. You know.
Well, they probably didn't want people to play pranks and commit credit card fraud with their toy marketed to children.
Yeah. It is kind of funny how, like, you know, there's a lot of, like, things that towards the end of the movie just, like, straight up get, like, called out. Where it's just like you let, what is it, a 10-year-old in this movie, like, check into a hotel without, like, parental supervision or anything.
What kind of idiots do you have working here?
The finest in New York.
It's funny too because like, you know, the old way of taking credit cards where you had to make the imprint, and I'm like, yeah, I don't miss those days. It was almost like, what's the point of a credit card if like you have to process it the same way as you process a check? This is annoying.
Well, you don't have to be like, hang on.
Yeah, I guess you don't have to take a driver's license for a credit card.
Well, also you don't have to like fill all the stuff out. Like
That's true.
you gotta wait.
It's more convenient for the customer, but it's like just as annoying for the cashier.
Yes.
I don't know. I was just kind of going from the cashier perspective.
I mean, these days it's just like insert, prompt.
Yeah.
All right, leave.
Yeah, now checks are annoying, or at least they were back when I was doing cashier stuff.
I don't even know if stores still accept checks.
That's true.
I could imagine. I want to just be online in a store one day, see someone try to pay with a check, and see like the 15-year-old kids be like, "What is that?"
They just call the manager.
Because they're just like confused. They don't know what to do. It's like that's not Apple Pay.
The guy's like, he calls the manager. He's just like, Mr. Slovosky, somebody's trying to pay with like paper. That's called money, Keith. No, it's like different paper that they wrote on, and it has like a bank name on it. Oh my god. You mean a check? It's just like, oh yeah, like. Aren't those the things you get like when you get paid for a job? Can you use them to buy stuff too? It's like, no.
Not like that.
Manager's like, I'll be there.
God.
The old person is just standing there like confused. Like the cashier is just like looking at it.
They just don't know what to do.
I mean, to be fair, like I get mad when like stuff like that happens to me. Not really paying with a check, but like, you know, you get a bill in the mail and you're like, what the hell is this? Do you expect me to send you a letter like some prehistoric man? It's just like, what do you mean this is not online? What do you mean I can't pay it instantaneously?
Can I just send you an email? What do you need a signature for, you rat bastard?
Yeah. But anyway, old payment methods aside.
It's what happens when you watch old movies. You just see archaic things. You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a thing. VCRs.
Hotel room has an actual key.
Oh yeah, it does.
Doesn't have like a card.
I haven't seen a physical hotel key in a million years.
It's got a key made out of like metal. I wonder if that hotel actually does like still have those like actual keys, because it is like an
No.
older hotel.
No, they would have upgraded.
Yeah, I guess so. Everything's biometric now.
Exactly.
They're like, put your left ass cheek on the door.
Scan your eye now.
Man.
Freaking, but back to Home Alone.
Yes.
The whole premise, the whole setup is, he's not home alone. He gets separated from his family because he's trying to change batteries in the Talkboy, and he just ends up on the wrong plane. I don't know how the hell like any airline put their name to this, because I remember seeing like airline promoting like might have just been for Home Alone. I don't know if they did it for Home Alone too on like the videotapes and stuff, where it's like,
American Airlines is proud to be a partner in the video release of Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. American salutes the many families who have made American Airlines something special in the air.
you mean the place that let a lone child board a plane without a boarding pass that ended up being the wrong plane that flew to a completely different part of the country from the rest of his family? That airline? You want me to fly that airline?
Yeah, it's like, once again, it's just like, man, airport security was so lax. It's just like, gets on the plane, crashes into the lady, she drops all the tickets, they don't verify he actually has a ticket. Then the lady is just like, can you point your family out? And he's like, that's my dad. And he doesn't say, hey, dad, and then, or anything. And then she doesn't like talk to the other guy, be like, is that your son? It's just like, okay, find a seat.
Because there also just happens to be a guy with a similar hair and build and the same coat as Kevin's dad running around the airport, and Kevin follows the wrong guy. It is crazy that after the events of Home Alone 1, Kevin's mom is not just like holding him the entire freaking time. Like, my God, if that happened to me or one of my brothers, forget it. You think helicopter parenting's better? You just be like, come on, we're going through the airport. Let's go. No, we're walking through the metal detector together.
She gets one of those kitty leashes. He's like, I'm 10 years old. It's just like, it doesn't matter.
No, never again.
It's like,
Never again.
you ended up in Uzbekistan last year. It's just like, yeah, but I got to see that pretty cool whole just of fire. That was pretty neat. It's like, it took 6 weeks to get you home. You were being held for ransom.
I'm still dealing with the U.S. Embassy.
Yeah. But yeah, it is just kind of funny. Like, even Kevin not realizing he's in New York because he puts on his headphones when the lady is just like, enjoy our nonstop flight to New York City. And he's just like, yeah, whatever.
And he starts talking to someone next to him. You ever been to Florida? And it's like, the guy's like speaking like French or something.
Yeah, and he just starts like going off, and it's just like, it's what? Like,
He's just like,
why would
volume
that
up.
guy who's French, who doesn't speak English, just start talking at a child?
because it's a movie.
I guess so. It's just like they're gonna make a movie about that guy.
Oh, God.
The Home Alone universe, the new Home Alone universe, where they make movies about the side characters that nobody cared about.
So it's him, the pizza boy.
Maybe Tim Curry's character.
Can't really do that anymore.
Well, yeah, I guess not.
Definitely not Rob Schneider.
Why not?
He sucks.
Yeah, I guess so.
He just sucks. It's not funny.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but remember those terrible movies he made back in the day? The Animal, Deuce Bigelow.
Rob Schneider is a carrot. Rated PG-13.
For the 11.
Ugh, no.
I remember The Animal. I don't know if I've ever seen Deuce Bigelow.
I did. It sucked.
Yeah.
He should just stay in the background of Adam Sandler movies yelling, "You can do it!"
I guess that's all he really does.
That's all he's good for, damn it.
Yeah. But yeah, he's I guess a bellhop in this movie.
Yes.
He has like a really weird name. It's like Sebastian or something.
Sedgwick or
Cedric,
something?
yeah.
Sedgwick or something.
Cedric,
Yes?
don't count your chips in public.
I will say it's the biggest point of difference between this movie and the first one is we technically do have two antagonists. We have Harry and Marv back again
Yeah.
for revenge, but not really. It's just a weird coincidence. But then we also have Tim Curry's character who's just like, is this kid coming to my hotel? Clearly committing credit card fraud. I'm just letting it happen. I know he's committing a crime. I need to prove it though. Because I have an ego. I need to prove it, though. I'm going to get this kid.
Yeah.
Because I'm a freaking lunatic.
It is kind of like just amazing. Like, you know, he does all this stuff. It's like full blown like kid fantasy. You know, he orders all the ice cream in the room.
Yep.
You know, he's watching like the
This-
movie. It's like,
The sequel to the movie from the first movie.
right. Which I forgot what it's called, but,
Like
you know,
Angels with Filthy Souls, or this one's Angels with Filthier Souls, I think.
yeah, it's got the line where it's just like, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
And a Happy New Year.
Yeah. Where he like shoots up some girl. Like,
I mean, this is one of those things where that's where the movie kind of falls a bit, where it's like, oh, we're just doing that again.
yeah.
It does fall into the old trap of a lot of sequels, especially back in those days, where it's like, look, we're just kind of following a lot of the same structure and beats, and this really does, because we have everything's crazy at home. There's the inciting incident. Kevin gets into a fight with his family, makes a declaration of, the first movie, it's like, I want to be alone. And this one, it's like, I want to be on vacation by myself. It's not as like
Yeah.
cruel, but you know, he gets sent up to the higher bed thing. They have the frantic wake up where like, oh no, we slept in, we did it again. They literally they yell, we did it again.
We did it again!
Because it happened again.
Yeah, like
They did the statue gag from the first
yeah, I was
movie.
just gonna say that. Just straight up.
Then they're running through the airport and everything. And, you know, Kevin, he has like that moment where, like in the first movie when he was first by himself and he's just like having fun, having a ball. He's going around New York City, seeing the sights, buying fireworks. These will be important later.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get the house bit at the end. Like, he has the thing with, oh no, there's a weird person that scared me. Oh no, they're actually nice.
Yeah, it is, you know, mostly a rehash, but there's enough differences. I love the thing in the shower with the clown puppet. That's like one of the funniest things in the movie.
It's like a play on some of the stuff he did in the first movie, but it's different enough where it feels different, unique.
Yeah, when Tim Curry's like snooping around and he recorded his uncle like before, and then it's like, get out of here, you nosy little pervert. And, like, yeah, that's pretty funny. And the clown puppet. Kevin McAllister too is just like too smart, like as an average 10-year-old.
Yeah, a little bit.
like way too smart in this movie.
Definitely.
But I guess like one thing I like that is different is like Harry and Marv, I guess, are eviler in this movie because they like straight up want to kill him.
I mean, they were in prison for 9 months and they broke out in a riot, which means they must have had a really rough time in prison because, you know, they went in for like theft.
Yeah.
Like, how many years could they have been locked away for? Like 5 to 10 at best?
Yeah, I guess so, you know.
And they're just like, fuck that. We're breaking out. We're fleeing the country. And then just by happenstance, come across Kevin and there's like, let's fucking kill him. Though there is a point when like Kevin does elude them and he runs into the park and they're like, you know what? Just fuck it. Hope he dies in the park. And they're just like, we're done with him. But Kevin knows what they're up to. They spill their whole plan. They're planning to rob this toy store of all the charity money that they're going to bring to a children's hospital the day after Christmas or on Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
And Kevin just is like, you know what? I have to stop them. This is Kevin's like vigilante superhero origin story. Because in the first movie, he's just a kid defending his house. Now he's a vigilante.
Yeah.
He is taking the fight to them.
It's like this movie kind of is just like, oh, well, maybe Kevin McAllister doesn't grow up to be the Saw killer, which like there are those theories online that like he grew up to be the Saw killer. Want to play a game. Like,
I think maybe if to avoid doing too much of the same thing, what if, I was just thinking this when I was watching him, like if you wanted to avoid too many comparisons to the first movie, instead of it being a house full of traps, even if it's an overly renovated house, it's still a house full of traps. What if he got into the toy store before they did?
oh,
And then we have a showdown in the toy store. Because then you could do different things. It's a different environment.
yeah.
I granted, there's some stuff in that second house that I freaking love. Like I love, he's on the roof and he just starts pelting bricks at them.
It's like
I love that.
violent.
I know, it's great.
bricks.
Just lobbing bricks. He beams Marv a bunch of times in the skull to the point where I'm like, you're dead. You would have died every time.
You were definitely concussed. Like, you were not getting up after that. Honestly, you're not getting up after that first brick, but like, he takes at least like 4 or 5.
There's a joke that I kind of read as Marv having got brain damage just from the first movie. Because Harry's just straight up, do you remember what happened last year? He's just like, no.
Yeah. I mean, Marv kind of gets it worse always.
He got electrocuted.
Yeah.
We see his skeleton.
That guy's scream is the greatest, though. Like, it's just so good. Yeah, you know, we got the thing with the steps and the paint cans, but then it's like turned on its head with like the big pipe.
I like the fact that they're like, that's something like, oh, no. We got this. We know what's happening. See? Oh, shit.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like some of the other traps, but like a lot of them are just like Marv falls down like the hole and can't get it up, and he's making like these weird elaborate like stacks of furniture to try to climb up.
I mean, the whole him falling down the thing and like the tool chest bit, one of my brothers absolutely loves those two, has always loved both of those bits a lot.
The tool chest one is actually pretty good.
What is that noise?
Yeah.
That's the sound of a tool chest falling down the stairs.
I think like the one with the doorknob on the string and then like the staple gun is pretty good.
Yeah. He blows up Harry.
He does.
They get really mangled in this one.
Yeah. I mean, they are straight up trying to murder him. In fact, like, if they didn't get all that, like, gunk on them.
All the paint and stuff. Yeah,
they were going to kill him.
He had a gun. He was going to kill Kevin.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin kind of gets a taste of his own medicine when he, like, slips on the ice and then they catch him.
Yeah.
But then, like, the pigeon lady helps him out. And, you know, they get caught by the police, of course, at the end.
Yes. The now sticky bandits.
Yes.
Because Marv, in the beginning of the movie, is like wrapping tape around his hand. It's like, we got a new nickname. And he's just like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, he steals from, like, the Salvation Army. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, the New York setting is pretty good in the movie.
They take advantage of it, especially when he gets run out of the Plaza Hotel and he's just walking around the streets of New York at night.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, it's as scary as it would be for a 10-year-old or hell, an adult.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, there's like winos, people just like who are not right in the head, just hookers, just making fun of him.
Yeah. just right there.
This is what your family movies looked like in the 90s, kids. Hookers.
It's true.
And crack addicts.
Crack addicts. So much crack.
You don't see the crack, but it's heavily implied.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, New York in the 90s.
It was starting to get clean. Not quite there yet.
Yeah.
You know, the Ninja Turtles, they were working hard, but you know.
Definitely. Like, just to jump around, like, there's the scene in, like, the limo where they give him the free limo for some reason.
And some proper-looking pizza.
Yeah.
Remember, we talked about the first one last year, and you went off on the pizza. It's like, what is that crap?
It is kind of funny when they open the pizza, and it's just got, like, all the steam coming off it and everything.
That's how you know, some good fresh pizza.
Yeah. You know, got the recurring bit with like Rob Schneider and like Kevin like giving him the tip of like the gum, and then like it's back again, and Kevin's like, oh, I was gonna give you a tip with like money, because he has like all his dad's cash.
Yes, because he has his dad's bag.
And he's just like spending it. He's like, okay, I'm just gonna do this. Doesn't even care.
No, he doesn't, because he's 10.
He is kind of like a little brat.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, look how shittily his family treats him.
That's true.
They abandoned him in the first movie, and they just lost him in this one.
Yeah.
Shit, fuck it. Spend all the money. I don't, like, fuck it.
It's kind of funny when he's just like, you have any toy stores? And it's just like, what? Why are you going to go to a toy store? Like, how are you going to get home? I guess that doesn't cross his, like, a little, like, kid mind where...
Maybe he figures, I'm going to hang out for a couple days, and then I'll call my parents, be like, hey, guys, guess where I am? The Plaza Hotel.
Yeah, pretty much.
We don't really know what his long-term plan was.
Yeah, he's just kind of like...
He was winging it.
He really was. But
like, he was like, I just want to chill out, relax, Ah, crap. I'm in trouble with the credit card. Ah, crap. Harry and Marv.
Yeah. They want to murder me now.
I beat them up really bad the last time, and now they're upset. Harry's still got a really messed up hand.
Yeah, I wonder, because, they did Home Alone 1 and 2, and then they never did another Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin in it, because, he was probably just, too old by the time they got, stuff together for it or whatever.
Well, from what I understand, they wanted to do 2 and 3 back to back.
Oh, okay.
Because, for that very reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think something I don't know. I think Macaulay Culkin's father stopped it, did something. I don't know. I've read about it before. I meant to reread it for this. I don't know if the script that they eventually used for the Home Alone 3 that came out was that their initial idea for another story with Kevin? Was there an idea? Was what if Kevin's just homesick? Was that the idea? Was that recycled Kevin stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe there's a reality where Home Alone 3 is Harry and Marv are back, and for some reason the maitre d' from the hotel lost his job, and he's working with them now.
He's their boss now.
Yeah. So we got Tim Curry in it too, and they're just trying to kill him because movie logic.
Look, it'd probably be 10 times better than the Home Alone 3 we got, just based on keeping Tim Curry along with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, I'm sold. I wouldn't mind seeing him interact with Harry and Marv. That'd be interesting. That interests me. You got my interest.
Yeah.
I'm picturing almost like a Three Stooge kind of situation evolving.
Yeah, because if Home Alone 2 is just a rehash of Home Alone 1, then Home Alone 3 would just be Home Alone 1 and 2 combined.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know, because part 2 they jump straight to the different location storyline, because usually it's what if we just do the same thing again but slightly different? Or now it's now it's same thing, slightly different, but also abroad, essentially. Unless they did Home Alone, now I'm actually in Paris. Ah!
Maybe.
I don't know. It might be for the best that there just was the 2 real ones.
Yeah.
Because, it's a franchise that has treaded water ever since.
It really has.
Because it's how do we justify a kid being left home alone? Well, what if he's just sick? All right, that wasn't a bad idea. Well, what else can we do? I don't know. What if he's just not really home alone? Okay, well, what else can we do? I don't know. What if we just do that but different? I don't know. Fuck you.
What if you want a castle in Transylvania, but it's all set up?
By Harry and Marv and Dracula.
Dracula.
Or it's Tim Curry. He's back, but he's also his character from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's Home Alone, except it's in castle now. It's a Victorian castle, so we get all gags with suits of armor and old medieval torture devices.
He has a night helmet strapped to a rope.
Yeah, it's fine. He he straps Marv into an Iron Maiden somehow. And it's is there blood? No, there's not that much blood. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let you know it works. Classic chandelier falls on somebody.
Oh, of course, naturally, yes.
In a big creepy castle.
Oh yeah.
Maybe one of those long rugs for the steps gets pulled out and the people fall down the steps.
Sure.
It's
probably a dungeon.
Have a suit of armor with an axe or a halberd fall on somebody.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Definitely.
So somebody gets caught in a guillotine, maybe almost gets their head chopped off, or at least most of their hair.
You have it where it's they think it's about to fall, and then it's just some kind of fake out.
Yeah. We could write a better Home Alone movie.
Better than 3, 4, 5, and 6? Yeah, 6.
6, yeah.
6 is bad.
Next Home Alone is just Home Alone in Hawaii, I guess.
Thankfully, Home Alone movies seem to only come out every 7 to 8 years or so. So it's going to be a while before they try to do that horrible thing again.
I guess 2028. Home Alone 7.
God help us all.
But overall, I do like Home Alone 2. I think Home Alone 1 is kind of a better movie.
Yeah, it's a little stronger. The heartwarming is there. The ending is definitely better. The old man's arc is better than the lady, because She doesn't have an arc. Kevin,
Yeah.
like I said, Kevin sees her, goes, ah. Then he's like, oh, you're not so bad. Want to be friends? Yeah, sure. Here, I saved you. Whereas, like, Kevin sees the old man a bunch of times. Here's a horrible story about him from Buzz. Thinks he's like a psycho killer.
Yeah.
Then meets him, learns what he's really about. Old man saves him. We see the old man reunited with his family. It's a nice, good, well-done story. This lady's in the movie. I forgot how little she's in the movie. She's in the movie for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. I think like the reunion with like Kevin's mom in the first movie is a lot more like impactful too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it also helps because Kevin's younger too.
Yeah, that's true. He is like very little in the first movie.
Yeah. I mean, it mostly works. I think one of the things that doesn't quite work for me anymore, just like, it's kind of funny, but like the ending gag with the Kevin, you paid $967 for room service. It's like, okay, first of all, one, you should just be happy your son's alive. Two, they would have comped that, like they comped the giant room you're in. They would, after everything that happened, the plaza would not be charging you for that room service bill. They'd be giving you money, more money, because they don't want a lawsuit.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because I'm like, yeah, it's a funny end gag, because you know what? We got to do it, because we got to do the same gag from the first movie.
Yeah.
Like, again, like that's the movie's biggest shortcoming, is that it's incessant need to just follow too many of the beats from the first movie to a T. When it deviates, it's better.
Yeah.
Kevin actually lost to New York is more interesting than, you know, just, oh, we're just doing this again.
Yeah.
And like I said, I do like the idea of Kevin being like, I'm basically a vigilante.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save the children.
Yeah. I gotta help Duncan in his toy chest.
Yeah, he has that moment he walks by like the children's hospital. He's a sick kid in the window. He's just like, I have to stop them. I'm the only one that knows. I won't call the cops for help because that's just not in my nature.
No. Take matters in my own hands. I am the law. Man, you think like Harry and Marv would be like, yeah, we're definitely criminals, but like, you know how like there's some of those states where like, you know, if somebody breaks into your house and then they get hurt and then they sue you. That's Home Alone 3. It's a courtroom drama.
Now, do they bring... It's all the McAllisters are in trouble. Now we finally get a proper role for the other uncle that we see maybe in the background of part 1 because it was his house in part 2.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, it's him, it's the dad and the mom. They're all getting sued. Harry and Marv are just all like in neck braces and stuff.
Yeah, it's courtroom drama. It's like the jury is all like...
And they're trying to find the old pigeon lady because she's like their linchpin witness because she can say, no, they pulled the gun on him.
Yeah.
But they don't know her name because Kevin never asked.
He doesn't ask her name. She like tells him her whole like tragic story and then Kevin's like, okay, bye. Like,
seriously. At least, the old man had a name.
Yeah. But I guess with that being said, that's the Out of Touch podcast. Go watch Home Alone 2.
And Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
And a Happy New Year.